What's up, guys? It's the Game Bro coming back to you. Man, that hurt a little bit. Today we are going to be checking out Blazing Lasers on the Turbografx 16. Way before the current day of bullet hells, manic shooters, molly and fentanyl, the late 80s and early 90s were all about 2D caravan shooters, heroin, and a shit ton of blow. So let's get back to basics and rail a couple of lines of this compile Hudson speedball. Don't go to Hudson. Blazing Lasers, or Gunhead as it's known in Japan due to its tie-in to the live-action movie, is a marquee fuck on the Turbografx PC engine and really the benchmark lay for what a shooter of the time was supposed to be. Co-developed by Compile and Hudson for the next caravan tournament, Blazing Lasers was published to the Turbografx by NEC in America August 29th, 1989. It's a vertically scrolling 2D single-player only fuck that really resets the bar without being overly flashy or relying on gimmick mechanics. I mean, it usually takes me some missionary to come, so sometimes basic's better. Either way, let's start sliding between the legs of this 33-year-old with the plot. As I said earlier, it was used in Japan as a tie-in to the movie, but had jack shit in common other than the name. In the game, your fake-ass galaxy is under attack by the Dark Squadron, and your only chance for survival is use of the Gunhead Starfighter to destroy the Dark Squadron and their super weapons. And Blazing Lasers unfolds over 9 long-ass stages. Your Gunhead ship looks pretty basic and average for a 16-bit shooter, but most B-cup brunettes have a few tricks up their sleeve and know their way around a dick. That's where the weapons come into play, and she's packing more than a strap-on. Your standard main cannon can be upgraded by collecting numbered power-up orbs or purple orbs to dish out an orgy of attacks like options, what, shield, what, and a bomb that comes in handy when the screen clutters. Controls are crisper than the first sip of Rockstar in the morning and tighter than the L-Tri-C freshman you took it from. Speed is also adjustable via the select button, but the middle settings are where you want to be. Get killed and it's back to the checkpoint, but now you're fucked without your weapons. There are special occasions where you respawn instantly, but trust me, you're fucking dead as the 1cc that takes under an hour is the best way to see the end. Like PA abortion laws, you get way too many continues, as if learning what you did the first or second time wasn't enough, but fuck it, let's start again and waste another life. The game starts off easy and rewards staying alive, die once, and it's a different story as moving forward without the plethora of upgrades is fucking hell. Especially when the compile base style enemies kill you before them boss battles, leaving you flaccid as fuck. Don't go to Hudson. Visually, it's like so many on the NEC family of consoles, but for some reason, this one feels like the standard. It feels more important. It's like a reset when you've strayed from normality. There's no slowdown or flickering, it's just old school as it gets with fast-paced gameplay, scrolling backgrounds, and look very reminiscent of the Star Soldier series. It said when developing Star Soldier, Blazing Lasers 2 was considered as a title. How original, Hudson. Smaller enemies are disposed of quicker than a post-menopausal mom, especially when you're powered up with that blue pill, while the medium-sized fuckers step up to detail and are a great conversation piece to keep you invested in the levels that seem to drag on at times. Bosses are large and in charge, feature special weapons, and have fire patterns to throw off your timing, but years of tireless fucking have you more prepared than a Princeton hopeful virgin for them SATs. The final boss is that one bitch you never call back after one date at Applebee's that insisted you meet at 8:30 instead of 9. Like, who the fuck doesn't like half-priced apps or Dollaritas? Bitch. Don't go to Hudson. The design of the levels is no dick wrecker, but vibrant enough to keep you engaged for the near hour-long playthrough. If it wears the Hudson name, it might look the same. For variety, it's primarily space-based, but there are a few different sets of sheets to fuck in with the desert stage and enemy fortresses. Not the best, but sleeping around is pretty new to Compile and Hudson. The OST isn't really my style, but it's catchy, fast-paced, and most importantly hooks you from the beginning, as well as a slew of different sound effects throughout the gameplay. Depending who you ask, it's a legend or a total miss, which is a head-scratcher as Compile lifer Masatomo Miyamoto was the composer. Not sure if there's any relation to Nintendo's Turtle Killer. It's chocolate ice cream, a fastball down the middle, some double D's bursting out of a top on a hot seaside day and twice as wet. Blazing Lasers was released to critical acclaim and regarded as near perfect. To me, it's the benchmark of what all 16-bit shooters aspire to be and responsible for so many that came after. It's not my favorite for the console, but I can see why it is to so many, especially being affordable to the casual fan. Even Kanye likes it, meaning after he's done, Pete Davidson's gonna fuck it. A complete copy can be had for under $100 and is a marquee title for the Turbografx and PC Engine. If you call yourself a fan of the genre, it's a must-own. It's an amazing pick up and play. Only got a few minutes after you left Planned Parenthood with Tracy, but got some time to kill before Jess gets out of class? Fire up the Turbo Express and stay in the parking lot, because you know you're going back for seconds. Replay value is average, but in a good way. It's a quintessential shooter for the console, will never leave you disappointed, even when it lacks the flair later shooters would offer. God, there's no segue for this. Blazing Lasers is the marquee, the benchmark, your go-to. When you were in your teens and had those glorious 2 free hours of AOL with no one home, you damn well knew what you were doing. Before you were old enough to know who Rachel Azani, Tegan Presley, and the Amazing Sapphire were, you were left looking at Carmen Electra, Pam Anderson, and Blazing Lasers because that's what you knew. Countless hours spent playing till your hands were numb, and today's no different because let's face it, you're still not getting any real pussy jerking off to the same old shit in your mom's basement, you fucking nerd. Anyway guys, hope you liked the vid. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that fucking bell button for them notifications. Remember to cheat on your games, not your girls. Have a great week everyone. I've been the Game Bro, and I am out. Don't go to Hudson.